Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our twin flame forever and always love spread. Just a little bit of energy that was coming up for this reading in the pre-shuffle was we had somebody pausing on leaving. Somebody's been thinking about leaving, wanting to leave, or maybe pre-planning leaving a relationship or a household, and very likely a worn out marriage or a karmic relationship. So something in that nature. But what showed up was somebody is wanting to leave. They've been planning on leaving for a long time, but it's been put on pause or hold. And the other energy that showed up, it's whoever this is mixed up with somebody who is involved with a win at all costs personality or attitude. Somebody who's a little bit of sneaky, underhanded, controlling. There's a codependency problem involved. It's somebody who's very, very underhanded with everything. Things are not above board with the person, whoever they're involved with. And controlling jealousy can be also a problem within that karmic relationship as well. So take it as it lands. So it's a very negative relationship. It's been there for a long time, and it very, very likely has been and gone on in excess of probably beyond 5 months, but more than likely beyond 5 years. Anyway, the contemplation of leaving is there. They've been wanting to leave, but they're hanging on for whatever reason. So that will be as per individual how that applies and what that exact reason is. Like, it could be money, it could be assets, it could be kids, whatever. Anyway, so take it as it lands. All right, so we will start our spread. Card 1 is going to be you. All right. Page of Cups. So, this is you. So this is the Page of Cups. The pages are always messenger cards. So this is a man, but don't take it. It's not sex oriented. It could be male or female. So this is somebody waiting for communication. So waiting on communication, waiting to hear from your twin flame or your soulmate, or you are wanting to talk to them. But it's almost like that communication or whatever, that contact is put on pause for whatever reason. And it's, when I see this, there's like fish jumping out of here, and it's that couple love. It's a conversation to do with a love in the background. So when we talk about twin flame or soulmate, more so the twin flame connection, it would be that reconnecting lifetime after lifetime, because what happens with the twin flame, it would be that soul split in two and then separate, and they go their own ways, which is why each lifetime they tend to migrate back together like a magnet. Okay, so whoever this is, you'll know who it is. It'll be a person from your past. It will be somebody you know, but you are either waiting to talk to somebody, or that person is waiting to talk to you, but the communication has been kind of put on pause, or there might have been a communication going on in the background that perhaps maybe nobody has known about. And whenever we see cups, that's emotions. And so he is almost waist deep in water. And sometimes this can be surprise communication or surprise news or surprise announcement. Knight of Swords. Okay, so this is interesting. Knight of Swords. So we have a page and we have a knight. And so also there gives indication. Remember, these can actually be swapped around, right? So take it as it lands. The Knight of Swords. Again, this is moving forward. This is also, too, a card of communication. Swords are also about the mental realm. So the person, your twin flame, your soulmate would be thinking about you. There's going to be a higher connection. We have, the communication of emotions, and we have communications of mentality, mental realm, thinking, and that's communication in the ether or spirit or telepathy, those kind of connections. So you and whoever, so this actually might be communication in the telepathic area, or it's an energy or a vibration link. You may not be talking in person or in the physical realm, but there's definitely communication or a link up between you two in the spirit realm. It's like, you get that vibration, what's going on with your twin flame, with your soulmate, without actually having to see them. You could be 10,000 miles away and you would still know. Okay, so this is about thinking about each other, communication with each other. This might be, like I said, spirit or telepathy communication, or it may be small increments of communication going on in the background. So take it as it lands. Now, for one of you, there might actually be children involved, because when I see this, when pages come up, pages are young people, and often pages give indication to children involved. So this may have been the reason that one person has been wanting to leave for, like I said, probably a multitude of years, but has just stayed probably for the kids, or stayed for financial reasons, or stayed for money affairs or something like that. But there's probably kids involved here, and that may have been the delay or the pause on one party leaving this karmic relationship. Okay, and so I'm just going to show you this. I don't often take the bottom deck, or the bottom card off the deck, sorry. But here I'm going to, because I just happened to look at it for whatever reason. So when you see the Six of Cups, this is definitely somebody you know. Six of Cups is the past memories, it's your past area. So whoever your twin flame is somebody you know. It'll be somebody from your past area. You've come in contact in this lifetime, and you have telepathic connection. And when you have cups, it's a lot of emotions. It's a lot of thinking back to good times, or maybe communication times, however that lands. With this particular card, there's a lot of, I see nests, you know. And so when I see nest, that gives indication to house and home, or, you know, you wanting to be with this twin flame, the soulmate, but it's been in delayed action, okay? So we are going to pick the next card, and so this is going to be the love factor. So there's going to be 3 cards laid down here. And this time I'm going to take different decks for each card placement. Okay, what's going on between you and your twin flame besides just what I told you? Disagreements, agree to disagree. Okay, this here is going to be pertaining. You might there's not going to be disagreements between you and your twin flame. It's going to be disagreements going on with the physical areas you both are in. So if this is you, this is your person. They can be swapped around. Keep in mind. There's disagreements going on behind closed doors. Now take that as it lands. So you might be experiencing this. Your person might be experiencing this. So this, again, disagreements, fights, conflict. So when I see this card, that would give me indication there's fights, there's disagreements, there's arguments, there is a very unsettled relationship with this karmic cycle, this karmic partnership that has been in basically living in separation behind closed doors. So, you know, there was one thing I heard many years ago, and I think it came from one of the readers on YouTube, and it just made a lot of sense to me what she said. You know, she said there's actually no lonelier life than living in a relationship behind closed doors in separation, which lands to be very, very true. So this is what's going on here. There's disagreements going on behind closed doors, but for whatever reason, these 2 people, and that could pertain to both of you, have not parted their ways. They're staying together for a specific purpose, but the karmic relationship has run dry. Like I said, it probably should have ended in excess longer than 5 years ago. Okay, so we know there's disagreements, there's conflicts, and again, it's somebody who's a liar, somebody who's sneaky, very underhanded, they're manipulating, they wear a public, their public mask is very, very different than what they portray behind closed doors. They aren't who they appear to be, okay? So when I say that, you'll know exactly who that belongs to and where, what party it belongs to as well. Okay, so there is kids involved. So we have children. So there's probably more than one. There's probably 2, if not more, children involved with this whole storyline. And something else when I see that, it's like, you know, the childhood wonder, the childhood curiosity, the childhood happiness. And there's kids involved, but it goes a different way too. This can say that basically all happiness has been gone behind closed doors with this karmic relationship. And that, in a nutshell, is what that means. When I see this, I'm just going to show you the bottom 2 cards that come out of this. Oh, goodness. Wow. Okay. Female involved. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, so we have change. There's going to be some change. There's going to be thinking about change. There's going to be big changes ahead. And when you see this, this is bad health. This can be the bad health, the destruction of a karmic relationship. That's basically the state of relationship is bad health. And the bad relationship itself can actually be giving one party in the karmic relationship bad health, physical bad health, emotional bad health, mental bad health. this is sadness, this is regret, this is complete disparity. But so one party's staying for whatever reason. When you see these cards, those are almost the worst cards in this particular deck. And this deck is, I mean, it's not big, but it's big enough that it's almost unreal, unheard of, that these would show up in the bottom all in a row. So there's some change that's needed because the health of the relationship has basically been over for years. There's sadness, regret, and it could be financial ruin as well. So there's some change that's needed. So I'm just going to leave these out, okay? We'll just put these over here for now. It's a sad state of affairs, whatever's going on. And so, and because there would be some sort of connection, you would know this, or how this fits with this storyline. If that's actually a beyond sad story. Okay. So, again, there's no happiness here. Some pressure has to be relieved here, and some happiness restored. It's like, you know, if there was one party thinking in this relationship, you forgot what it was like to be happy. Well, that's gone on for a long time. Some simple pleasure, some simple happiness, some ease needs to be put back into life. Okay. Okay, so there's a date. There's a date card. Now, I'm not going to take this as we're going to go on a date. It's nothing like that. There's a date involved, like as in on a calendar date. This totally goes a totally different way when I look at this reading, and that's why I say this. So there's going to be a date involved. It's almost like, you know, I'm out of here. This person who is just put the pause on leaving because they're involved with a very, very sneaky, basically not a very nice person, whoever they're with. But they put a pause on it. They've been wanting to leave. They've been thinking about leaving for a long time, but now I think they got a date in mind. A date of separation, a date of packing up and leaving, but they're contemplating a course of action, and there's going to be a date on the calendar, or it could be a month on the calendar, that they're going to basically jump ship, pack up and leave, done, I'm finished. And so I take that as, yeah, wow, okay, here we go again. Since the clock, well, isn't that something? Okay, so when I've been taking the cards at the bottom of the decks, and I just couldn't help myself, I had to look at this. But we have the death of, there's the coffin, the end, and it's on a time frame. Again, this really goes right back to this particular thing. And I said a date on the calendar, a time frame. Well, the clock is a time frame. There's something, and it's going to be like a dated time. They have something in mind when they're going to call it to an end, bring it to a conclusion, a resolution, done, finished, over with, out of here. So there's either a time frame for whatever reason they're waiting, but there's going to be a definitive time frame when this person jumps ships, calls it to a close. Wow, this is a very, very dramatic reading. There's been a lot of bad things going on here, a lot of pressure, a lot of conflict, a lot of arguing, manipulation, mind games, control tactics, and I want to say there has been codependency, probably on a very high level within this karmic relationship. Now, however that lands, you both could be going through this, or maybe just one party. One party might be just sitting back watching the other one. That could happen too. Okay, so now we're going to grab a golden primary card. Never stop dreaming and believing. Okay, yeah, well, that's very much it. It's, again, that goes right back to the Six of Cups. So that's you. You're sitting there thinking about this person. I would say that lands on both twin flames. There we have the other one. Self-love, respect, self-care, healing required. Love yourself and quit punishing yourself. You are perfect the way you are. Self-rejuvenation, restoration is required. Okay, like again, this is this bad health, the disparity. There's a change required. Now that is not only with this karmic relationship, there needs to be some resolution, conclusion, but it's a time, and that might apply to both of you, that you need to start looking after your health, because this relationship going on for far too long is actually impacting your health. And you'll know exactly where this fits as soon as I say that. Okay. So we are going to do the advice from tarot. We'll take it with a completely different deck. We're going to pull one card. Okay. So we get the High Priestess. This is the card of Pisces. You could have Pisces in your chart. You might be a Pisces yourself, or you might be involved with a Pisces. But this is basically follow your intuition. I'm going to put this right down here. We'll move these over. This is something between both of you. It might be pertain to both of you. Something this has gone on too far. You have known better the whole time, but you still stayed there. And again, the longer you stayed, the worse it got. The longer you stayed, the harder on the health, the mental health, the physical health, the emotional health. Oh yeah, look at this. And this, why do we have this in backwards? Anyway, this is a pause and moving forward. This came out backwards. I don't usually do reversals, but if they pop out in reverse, I take them. This is the Six of Swords, right? That's moving on. Moving to better, smoother times, calmer waters. Again, it came in reverse. So when this comes up, again, that basically clarifies what I told you before. There's someone wanting to leave, but they put a pause on their actions of leaving for some sort of reason, but they do have a date in the future in mind. This is, you know what? You knew better the whole time. You knew you should have left probably years ago, but you didn't. Now that's going to be a personal reason, a different storyline for everybody, a different cause, whatever it is. But you're thinking about it. And there's going to be a date in mind when this card goes from the reverse to upright. I'm going to pull the pin jump ship out of here. And there's, for some of you, I'm just getting this. This might be like escape in the middle of the night. And why do I say that? I don't know. That just comes to me where you don't want to be seen. And often when you see this, it's hooded, it's in the dark. And it's like, pre-planning something. And, when you have the right time, the right opportunity, you're out of there. All right. So we will move on to our possible outcome position. We'll leave this here. And we're going to go back to this deck. So the possible outcome card. This is a very degraded state in relationship and very degraded health because of this ongoing battle behind closed doors. Hanged Man. Interesting. This too is a card of Pisces. Okay, so the possible outcome means stuck in a stagnant position. It's two meanings. Again, there's a pause. This is, again, the possible... I'm going to throw a clarifier in this because we're sitting in pause energy. Pause, you're stuck, you're waiting for something before you do something. You're waiting for something to happen, you're waiting for something to complete before you do something. But this is also the card of taking a second look or getting a different idea, a different perspective, a different view in order to move forward, get on without this. Now, the different perspective or the different perception or the different idea, this might be what you have in mind for a date to bolt, to get out of it. Again, we have two cards of Pisces here. This is heavily linked with Pisces energy. So take that as it lands. And again, it's being stuck in a stagnant situation, just not moving, sitting idle. You want to leave, but you've stayed for something. Again, that's a total clarifier for the pre-spread. Okay, so the Seven of Cups. This is always an interesting... this is so crazy. Okay, so the Seven of Cups. This is dealing with a Dragon Force energy. So there's two things for this. Actually, there's three things for this card. You're having to put up with basically emotional overload. So it's almost like you're dealing with a warlord in behind closed doors. Someone who's bossy, who's forceful. It's dragon energy. So take dragon as in the negative energy. And you're having to put up with emotional, mental, probably abuse behind closed doors. Someone who's mean or got destructive words. A lot of swearing, a lot of conflict, fighty words, hurtful words. Because when we have cups, cups is always emotion. So you're dealing with someone who's probably got a big, loud, out of control mouth and out of control temper. That may actually indicate that there could be actually possible indications of addictions going on with this, whoever this person is involved with. And you're having to put up with basically war energy behind closed doors that's emotionally destructive. Again, here, bad health, disparity. Change is needed. Now, when it's trumping or clarifying this hangman energy, this tells me that there is a multitude of avenues of finding a way out or a resolution You just have to take a different, there's many reasons, or many easy reasons to leave or jump ship, call it to an end. But you need to not be so hurt or focused on the emotional part. You need to step outside that, get a different perception, because there's many avenues of resolutions available to you. That's the other thing. Seven of Cups often to me says infinite possibility. It's just that you've not thought of it yet. So that actually goes quite well with this card. But it's, to me, that's all like emotional abuse behind closed doors, mental abuse behind closed doors. And for some, it could possibly be physical abuse. I don't know. That's a possibility. It won't be the same for everybody. Yeah. So this is your way out. You need to, there's other avenues to get out of this. You've just not thought of it. Or there's something going on you haven't thought you haven't seen or thought about, or it's not happened, but it will. Ace of Pentacles, that's a brand new start. Oh yes, look at this. The bottom of this deck is the Six of Swords. It's the same card of this, but in the upright. As soon as you see something different, the perception is different, that's your ticket out. That's the end. Or there's going to be something you find out, or something that happens in the future that gives you the opportunity to jump out. And remember, nobody needs a tactile reason to leave a relationship. If it's just not working, it's just not working. And there's nothing wrong with getting out of a situation or a relationship that's very negative, to the point it's affecting your mental, emotional, physical health. So just keep that in mind. Nobody looks down upon that. You do what you got to do, right? And sometimes karmic cycles, they are part of our birth chart. They're part of our life path. They're part of our life journey. Those are certain lessons in life, certain cycles in life that we are meant here to work with, to conquer, to overcome. So often when I see these types of spreads, and with karmic cycles going on in a life path journey, often it will feed back to generational karma or generational karmic cycles. So what do I mean by that? I mean that the same storyline has happened in previous generations back. It might not be the same topic or the same storyline, but it's like repeat abusive relationships that go back 1, 2, 3 generations, right? So that's what they call karmic generational karma, I should say. Or karmic cycles repeating itself until one day the light bulb goes off and someone in one of those generations puts an end to that karmic cycle, and then they move on to a new karmic cycle. So if you look at it from that perspective, staying in a relationship, a marriage, a karmic partnership, because you think you have to, you're actually feeding into that, keep on those negative generational karmic cycles going within one family. So if you think of it that way, it was quite positive to put an end to negative or abusive relationships, or conflict if it's just you don't get along. But everything that everybody goes through in their life path, in their life journey, is part of your life journey. Those are the lessons we're supposed to learn. Those are the things we're supposed to experience. Those are the things we're supposed to gather knowledge from. And when you do, that's when you put that knowledge, wisdom, experience to use in your life. And normally, whatever you go through in life that tends to be more challenge times is what you're meant to be here in life to help others with. Okay, so if you look at it that way, it kind of twists a completely different perspective on maybe what you're going through. So just take that how it lands. Okay, that's a different story for everybody. All right, so we are going to do the love message. Oh, that was quick. So we're going to do the love message from you to your person. I got fed up, frustrated, waiting for you, and this is interesting. I got fed up, frustrated, waiting, and walked away. Okay, so this is interesting. So there was prior contact between this twin flame, this soulmate connection, and one party, because there was a pause in the leaving. Like I said, that was part of the pre-shuffle spread. Somebody knew they should be leaving, but somebody did not leave. And because there was basically no movement, the twin flame, the soulmate, moved on with life. Now take that as it lands. That's going to be a different storyline for everybody. Somebody got tired of waiting, and I that would not have been a physical agreement between the twin flame or soulmate partners, but probably an energetic, okay? An energetic conversation or energy feel. Oh, there we go. There's another one. I should have not ignored you. Maybe, oh, you, so sorry. I should not have ignored you. You maybe felt left out or ghosted. I'm so sorry. Okay, so this is exactly what happened here. This was whatever this energy was put on pause for whatever reason with your partner, your soulmate partner is what I mean, your twin flame. And I should have not ignored you. Maybe you made you feel left out, ghosted you. I'm sorry. You know what? I almost this could actually be reversed. Somebody walked away because they were being ghosted, essentially, there was no communication for a long time. This is what this is telling me. Somebody walked away because they were ignored, put on the back burner, ghosted, and they got tired of waiting, so they just said, "To hell with it," walked away, moved on in life. Remember, no response actually is a response. And if there's no communication, that kind of says that's kind of the interest in that cycle. Okay. So we know that there's always a twin flame connection, but whether you do anything with it is completely up to you. I'm influenced by family, friends, co-workers to stay in a place I've outgrown and don't belong anymore. Okay, so that quite possibly is the reason why this person stayed, is because they were pressured from family, maybe pressured from society to stay in a relationship that they should have been out long ago. So now that can be religious factors, that can be family, that can be friends, that can be parents, that can be grandparents. Take it as it lands. Anyway, this is what happened. They stayed in this relationship due to whatever, and that could be partial reason, but there could be other reasons behind it. So it could be pressure from family or society, as well as financial, children, or whatever. But one partner got fed up waiting and walked away because they felt left out and ghosted. Okay, so often the term used for that is breadcrumbing, and no communication or a long stretch of silence, that you will usually do it. Okay, so now we are going to do your person's love messages to you. Remember, these can actually be reversed, okay? The eyes are the window to the soul. They say all and speak all. They expose the secrets and the true feelings. The true you. They speak soulmate. I saw this the first time I ever looked into your eyes, and you can't hide. Okay, so when they talk about the eyes being the window to the soul, it's like, I've actually seen this, I've been told this, but when you kind of meet up with that split soul, your other half of your soul, your soulmate, your twin flame, you can actually tell in the eyes, because apparently they say when you look in that person's eyes, there's an instant recognition. You can tell by the pupils dilate. Okay, so it just happened. But anyway, at this point in time, as soon as you look into that person's eyes, that soulmate or that twin flame's eyes, at some point when in physical meeting, that's the point of recognition, right? And so they would not have had to say anything. You would have not had to say anything. You would have just known. Nothing, no words or speaking would have been involved. You would have just known. It's like seeing that person. You know that person from the inside out. You may have not spent time with them, or you may not have even known them too long, or maybe not at all. But it's that person. You can finish their sentences. You can see their thoughts. You know what they're thinking. You know what they're going to say. You know their response. But you may not actually even know them. But you know. And that's what they call about the eyes are the window to the soul. They speak all and they say all. They expose the secrets and true feelings. The true you. They speak volumes. And I saw this the first time I looked in your eyes. You can't hide. This was exposed a long time ago, but there's something going on here. Okay, this is interesting. I'm worried you're dating another. Again, we had a party walk away because they were being ignored. Just that simple. Because you were influenced for staying in a cycle that you stayed way too long. When I see this, somebody stayed in a cycle due to outside pressure for whatever reason, or there are other reasons involved on top of that. The twin flame or the soulmate was being ignored, got tired, walked away. And the other person might be dating another person right now. So this person who's been on delay might be concerned about this. But there is that twin flame connection. This is quite a dramatic. This is almost like a soap opera. Oh, look, isn't that something? Look at this. And here's the other card. I think there is only 2 cards like this in this deck. You were tired of waiting for you and moved on. Okay, so that's interesting. I got fed up and frustrated waiting and walked away. And this one, I got tired of waiting for you and moved on. That's exactly what happened here. So there's a lot of pressure on both sides of the fence with this. There's pressure between the twin flames. There's a lot of pressure behind closed doors with this karmic relationship, or this outdated, outgrown, outworn its out its welcome marriage or relationship. But that's what happened. It's been put on pause so long that one person got tired and said the hell with it and walked away. Now one party's worried about the other party might be dating someone else. This is almost like it's coming to a complete head here, and there's going to be a specific date that's going to have meaning to this. A date of a huge change. You know, this is almost like somebody thought the other party or the soulmate or twin flame would wait forever, which that didn't happen. But there's going to be a certain end, and there's going to be a certain date and a certain time, and that's how it's going to be. This has been a long pause, a long stagnant situation that's carried on for a long time, to the point of being mental health, emotional health, physical health, or abusive relationship, to the point of almost no return. There's going to be changes needed, but change is going to happen. We have that. And you actually, when I see this little change card here, this is actually a cool little deck. This is someone packing their bags. If you look at that, you see the suitcases in the car. Yeah, this is bad health. As on a personal level, it's bad health. The karmic relationship has really been a bad health area as well. This is a very, very concise, it's a very distinct reading. It's got a lot of disaster going on behind closed doors, I can see, and there's worry on both sides of the fence at this point. But moving on is coming. So when I see this during the outcome, the Six of Swords, that's moving on to bigger, better times. It's almost like things finally flowing in your favor. When it's almost comes to the point where something peaks out, something explodes, something that the pot blows off the pressure cooker that results in change or transformation. It's a very dramatic reading, and there is a lot of high emotions going on here within and behind closed doors. So take it as it lands. It's a different storyline and a different situation for everybody, okay? So that will end our reading. I'll tie it off there and end it there. So remember, the readings can be reversed or mirrored, of course, right? And this is also for cross watchers. Take the reading as it resonates with you. And just remember, we're all at different levels of awareness and consciousness in our journey and path in life. So the meaning can mean something completely different to 2 or 3 different people. They'll all get something different out of it. So it depends on your state of awareness and also your state of connection with the universe. So, and just remember, when it comes to the state of awareness, we're all on our own journey, our own path. So if the reading resonates and you like it, claim it and seal it with a midnight kiss. If not, ditch it, leave it. We are always, always, always at free will choice. So may this shine on you in a positive way. You know what? Remember, live, laugh, and love. We only have one shot at this particular lifetime, so make it count. And, you know, I guess the other thing is I would just have to maybe say to sit and think about is remember, whatever's going on here behind closed doors, it's not your family, society, or religious figures that are having to deal with these circumstances going on behind closed doors here. So just keep that in mind. That might shift your perceptions a little bit if I say that. So anyway, wishing you health, happiness, many mixed blessings. And until we speak again, stay happy, healthy, take care of yourself and each other. And I just want to give a little shout out to some other readers that I really like, and I like to just throw a little shout out for them, is Moon Magic by Jenny Florence. She's out of the UK. She's an excellent reader and such a nice lady. So Moon Magic, Jenny Florence, she's out of the United Kingdom. And by trade, she is a long-term psychotherapist, and she's gone into making her own tarot decks, and she's incorporated the psychotherapy in with her readings, and she's a wonderful reader. So check her out, Moon Magic, Jenny Florence. So that will end it, and until we talk again, take care of yourself and each other. Bye for now.